Secondee's hilltop became known as European Town. Reggie's family's house is down the hill, in the heart of the Central Market District.
Hello. Are you JB?
I'm JB, and that's Reggie. That's my boy.
How you doing?
All right, brother.
How you doing?
All right,
You all
I'm
right?
good.
Hello, good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hello.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hello. Wow.
Jesus
Oh, wow.
Christ, I can't believe
Okay.
it. Yes. You're welcome.
Yes, it's good to be here.
Come on, let's go home. Let's go home.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, all right.
I look like my dad?
Yes, you look like
Really?
it. Yes,
Just a little
yes.
more tree than fancy.
Kitty. Come on. Oh my God.
With JB is Dora Adolphus, a distant relative who also grew up in this house.
Come on.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Oh, great. Yeah.
JB.
Yeah, Reggie.
My dad has told me that you are the guy to speak to.
You too.
This house has been in the family for a long time.
Oh,
right?
since 1928.
First of all, you were welcomed into the Yates family.
Yeah, the only word I think I can use is adoption.
Adopted, yeah. Wow. Okay, so you've been living with the Yates family, and namely my grandfather Harry for how long?
Became attached with the family when I was about 19, 20 years, and now I'm 58. I was the only dark guy among the guys, so people call me the Black Yates, you know what I mean? I grew up with most of the children, so from head to toe I know everything about the Yates.
So what can you tell me about my grandfather?
Your grandfather is a very, very industrious man.
Right.
Very hard-working person.
What did he do? Where did he work?
Your grandfather? That's the jack of all trades. The old man was in timber merchant.
Timber merchant.
Timber.
Harry Yates worked in various businesses, selling timber and in the sugar industry. Then he became a farmer.
What do you remember about my grandfather?
If you saw all you do,
Yes.
Like to work. He fixed it. So he fixed everything. So for a man that looked like this, he must have stood out. Everybody must have known him, I imagine. Was he quite well known in Secondee?
Anywhere that he goes, people call him Obroni, that means white.
Obroni, yeah.
The term Obruni is used to refer to white Europeans.
Did everybody see him as a Ghanaian, or did people see him as an Englishman?
Initially, those, the local people around, they see him as a white man. But he doesn't want anybody to call him a white man.
Right. The person I don't know much about is my grandmother, so his wife.
Would you like to see the picture?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, your grandmother, Mrs. Dinah Yates. Let me see.
Wow.
That's it. Your grandmother and Dinah.
So how did my grandfather Harry and my grandmother Dinah get together?
Actually, it's an amazing story. Your grandfather, on his way going to work, he saw your grandmother. A sewing machine on the head, It was
sewing machine?
Yeah, sewing machine. She was a seamstress. According to Dinah's sister, he said, Bruni, white man, what do you want from me? And he said, don't worry, let's get to your family house. When we get there, I will let you know what I want from you. So he followed her to the house and tell the parents that they wanted to marry this woman. Just imagine.
There's a lot of Yates boys, isn't there?
A lot.
How many children did my grandfather have?
He had 14. 16. And 16 rather.
16.
Yeah. And
which one? Pick one. Which one was it?
Your grandfather actually had 10 solid children with Diana.
Wow, she gave him 10. That's incredible.
10. That is 2 girls and 8 boys.
Right. Wow. So 16 children with how many women?
About 5 women. 16.
16
solid children. When your grandfather was alive, they come here. They were all here. They were all together. And that's a great-grandmother.
Wow.
Dorothy.
So this is my grandfather,
Yeah,
Harry
grandfather.
Phillips. This is his mother.
Yes.
And she is as fair as he was.
Yeah.
And her surname was Varden.
Yes.
So why didn't she take the Yates name?
Initially, she was Yates. But after your great-grandfather departed, she got married to the Varden. That's why later became
so a second husband. I see. Okay.
Reggie's great-grandmother, Dorothy, made her living as a market trader. Women dominated the marketplaces of the Gold Coast. Wives of fishermen sold the daily catch, and those from the countryside brought produce to urban markets. Dorothy built a successful business, supplying provisions to commercial ships, and became wealthy enough to maintain the house Reggie's visiting.
What can you tell me about this picture of my great-grandmother? Where was this actually taken?
This very picture?
Yeah.
On this very step, in this very
Just
house.
here?
Just here.
You see?
Yeah.
That is there, isn't That's exactly it.
So, right here. Just here. It's coming right here.
Yeah. What was she like then? Do you remember her?
Mama, as everybody calls him, Mama tall and fat. Mama is a very lovely woman, big character. That's it, big character. You know, yeah.
As a young woman, before she came to Secondi, Dorothy gave birth to her son, Harry, in the gold mining settlement of Brumassi. Harry's English father, George Yates, was working there as an accountant for a British mining company.
So when my grandfather was a baby in Brumassi, I know that he was obviously brought up by his mother, Dorothy, but was he living with his dad, George?
Yeah. When George had that malaria or fever...
So he got ill?
Yeah, he got ill, so he had to go back and wanted to take Harry along with him.
He wanted to take my grandfather Harry with him?
Yes.
When my grandfather was a young boy?
Yes, but that very, very young. But Dorothy had only Harry, so, you know, they're wondering, what about if they take my boy away? You know, what's going to happen? So they decided Harry should stay. If you really want to come back, leave Harry, go and come. That is why Harry
stayed here.
While in the Gold Coast, Reggie's great-grandfather, George Yates, became so ill he had to return to England.
According to a story that Auntie Dora's grandmother told me, your great-grandfather left a lot of money. He left gold dust to be taken care of your grandfather.
Yeah.
You understand? So your great-grandfather left a lot of money.
And did he ever come back?
Never.
Wow.
So nobody knows what happened to him.
George Yates came to the Gold Coast to work as an accountant for a British gold mining company. Britain's largest supply of gold came from South Africa. But in the late 19th century, there was a push to make mining in the Gold Coast more productive. This brought men like George Yates to the colony, where they sometimes formed ties with local women.
I had no idea that my great-grandfather was not only an Englishman that came to Ghana and had a child, but left that child. Because, you know, I've been estranged from my father for so many years, and whether I like it or not, the things that make him him have almost defined me, even though we've not been together for such a long period of time. There's definitely parallels there. So I'm desperate to know more about George Edward Yates now, and why he never came back, and what happened to him, and also the influence that might have had on Harry.